సిరీస్ కనెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ రెసిస్టర్స్. రెసిస్టెన్స్ ని సిరీస్ లో కనెక్ట్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? వాట్ ఈస్ సిరీస్ కనెక్షన్ మీన్? దెర్ విల్ బి ఓన్లీ వన్ పాత్ టు ఫ్లో ద కరెంట్. ఒక సర్క్యూట్ లో కరెంట్ ప్రయాణించడానికి ఒకటే పాత్ ఉంటే, ఒకటే దారి ఉంటే దాన్ని సిరీస్ కనెక్షన్ అని అంటారు. Now I am considering three resistors which have resistances R1, R2 and R3. These three are connected in series like this. These are connected to a battery and to an ammeter, and if you connect a voltmeter here, this is other voltmeter, this is other voltmeter. Let it be V1, V2 and V3, and this is key. The definition itself says there will be only one path to flow of current. So the current will be same in the circuit. Ikkada current same untadi. Let it is R1, let it is R2, let it is R3. But there will be voltage difference. The voltage drop here is V1 and here is V2 and here is V3. If you combine these three, the drops means V1 plus V2 plus V3, you will get V. Let the equivalent resistance of these three is R equivalent. Okay, now V is equals to, we have I or where I is the current in the circuit. This circuit lo unnatuvanti current ni, and R is the equivalent of these three, or equivalent. Then V1 will be equals to, ikkada drop ayinatuvanti potential V1 is equals to, current is same in the circuit, I into R1, and V2 is equals to, current is same, I into R2, V3 is equals to I into R3. Substitute these values here. These values ni ikkada ganaka manam substitute cheste, you will get I R equivalent is equals to I R1 plus I R2 plus I R3, implies I R equivalent is equals to I into R1 plus R2 plus R3. This I gets cancelled. Now I am writing here R equivalent is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So I can say that equivalent resistance of three resistors connected in series is sum of their individual resistances. అంటే మూడు నిరోధాలను మనం సిరీస్లో అంటే శ్రేణిలో కలిపినప్పుడు ఆ మూడిటి యొక్క మొత్తము ఫలిత నిరోధానికి సమానం అవుతుంది. Parallel connection. So in the parallel connection there will be different paths for current. Current move avvadaniki different paths ఉంటాయి. These three resistance R1, R2, R3 connected in parallel. Let it is R1, R2, R3. These three are connected in parallel because the three paths are there for current. ఇక్కడ కరెంట్ కి ఒకటి కంటే ఎక్కువ పాత్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఈ కనెక్షన్ ని మనం parallel connection అని అంటాం. So this is this ammeter gives the current in the circuit, the total current in the circuit, and this ammeter gives the current through this branch, and this ammeter gives the current through this branch, and this ammeter gives the current through this branch. Then the voltage throughout this will be equal. Voltage అనేది సేమ్ ఉంటుంది కానీ కరెంట్ మారుతుంది. ఇక్కడ నుంచి I1, I2, I3 currents పోతే these I1, I2, I3 currents comes here, and these will become I is equals again I1 plus I2 plus I3. So I am going to write I is equals to I1 plus I2 plus I3. We have V is equals to IR. So I is equals to V by R, V by R equivalent, where R equivalent is the equivalent resistance of these three. ఈ R equivalent అనేది మూడిటి యొక్క equivalent resistance. Then I1 is V by R1 plus V by R2 I2 and plus V by R3. Implies V by R equivalent is equals to V into 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R2. I am going to strike these two. Then 1 by R equivalent is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. By this I can say the reciprocal of resultant resistance of three resistors which are connected in parallel is equals to the sum of reciprocals of their individual resistances. So here is the problem. 10 ohm resistor, 20 ohm resistor and 30 ohm resistors are there, are given to you, and find the resultant when they are connected in series and in parallel. అవి సిరీస్ లో కనెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు వాటి రిజల్టెంట్ ఎంత, ప్యారలల్ గా కనెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎంత. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఐ యామ్ గోయింగ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ when it is connected in series. You have R equivalent is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Implies R equivalent is equals to, first one is 10 plus 20 plus 30, which is equals to 10 plus 20, 30 plus 30, 60 ohms. So when these three resistors are connected in series, then the resultant will be 60. Now when they are connected in parallel, when these three are connected in parallel, we have 1 by R equivalent is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Implies 1 by R equivalent is equals to 1 by R1. This is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30. And the LCM is 60, I think. So 10 6 are, 23 are, 32 are. So it is equals to 6 plus 3, 9 plus 2, 11 by 60. So R equivalent is equals to 60 by 11. R equivalent is 1 by R equivalent is equal to 11 by 60 kabatti. R equivalent must be reciprocal of 11 by 60, which is equals to 60 by 11. So 11 ones are, 11 fives are, again 50, 11 fours are, again 6, 11. So it's around 5.4. If you observe carefully, if you connect in series, then the resultant is greater than the highest resistance value. Okay? సిరీస్ లో కలిపినప్పుడు వచ్చేటటువంటి ఫలితము మనం తీసుకున్నటువంటి రెసిస్టర్స్ లోపల హైయెస్ట్ ఏది ఉందో దాని వాల్యూ కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఇఫ్ దీస్ ఆర్ కనెక్టెడ్ ఇన్ ప్యారలల్, దెన్ ద రిజల్టెంట్ విల్ బి లెస్ దాన్ ద లీస్ట్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ వాల్యూ. అన్నిటికంటే తక్కువ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఏముంటుందో దానికంటే తక్కువ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. This is the other problem in which three resistors are given, 18 ohm, 36 ohm and 12 ohm, in which 18 and 36 are connected in parallel, and for this combination 12 ohm is connected in series, and here 6 volt battery, 1 ammeter. And the question is, what is the reading of ammeter? Ammeter reading enta? Ammeter reading means you have to find the current in the circuit. Ee circuit lo undetటువంటి current ni మీరు find out cheyali. To find out the current, we have to use the formula V is equals to IR, and here R is the equivalent of these three. ఈ మూడిటి యొక్క equivalent కావాలా. To find the equivalent, first of all you have to find the equivalent of these two. The equivalent of these two is 1 by R is equals to 1 by 18 plus 1 by 36. 18, 36, 36 is the LCM, and 2 plus 1, which is equals to 3 by 36. 3 ones are, 3 12s are, so R is equals to 12 ohms. So we can replace these two with 12 ohm resistor. So this 12 ohm, the equivalent is 12 ohm. Now I just want to remove these two, and I want to keep 12 ohm here. So this is over, and these two are replaced with 12 because the resultant of these two is 12. Now this 12 ohm is in series with this 12 ohm, so the total resistance is, or series, is equals to 12 plus 12, which is equals to 24 ohm. 24 ohm is the resistance in the circuit. ఆ మూడు రెసిస్టర్ల వల్ల వచ్చినటువంటి రిజల్టెంట్ 24 ohm, and voltage is given as V is equals to 6 volts. Using this formula, I can be calculated as V by R. So voltage is 6 and R is 24. So 6 ones are 6 fours are, it is 1 by 4 is nothing but 0.25 amps. So the reading of ammeter is 0.25 amps. In this way you have to make calculations based on given data and given question. మీకు ఇచ్చిన క్వశ్చన్ని బట్టి ఇచ్చిన డాటాని బట్టి ఆ సర్క్యూట్ని జాగ్రత్తగా సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటూ పోతే you can get the answers. Kirchhoff's laws. These two laws are very important in solving problems, and the first one is junction law, according to which the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point is equals to 0. So this is I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. The algebraic sum of the currents meeting at the point is 0. అంటే ఇక్కడ మీట్ అయ్యే అన్ని కరెంట్స్ కనుక మనం యాడ్ చేస్తే then that will be equals to 0. So what are the currents meeting here are I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, and you have to consider the direction. I1 is coming into the junction, so I am going to take plus I1, and I2 is moving out, so I am going to take minus, and I3 is also moving out, so I am going to take minus, and I4 coming in, so I4, and I5 is coming in, so it is I5. According to statement, the algebraic sum of these 5 is equals to 0. I can write I1 plus I4 plus I5 must be equals to, this is minus, when we send them to the side, then these two become I2 plus I3. Means the currents coming into the junction must be equals to currents leaving the junction. ఈ junction లో ఏం చెప్తుందంటే the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a point is 0. In other words, we can say that the currents coming into the junction is equals to currents leaving the junction. జంక్షన్ లోకి వచ్చే కరెంట్లు జంక్షన్ నుంచి వెళ్ళిపోయే కరెంట్ల యొక్క వాల్యూ సేమ్ ఉంటుందని ఈ జంక్షన్ లో చెప్తుంది. Loop law. So this is we have to consider a closed loop. In that closed loop, the algebraic sum of potential drops is equals to 0. We know that power is given by W by work by time. Power is nothing but work by time. So consider an electrical appliance in which there is a loop or something conductor will be there. In that conductor, say Q charges are moving from a point to B point in time t, and the potential difference between these two is V. Then W is given by Q into V. So I can write power as P is equals to Q into V by T. You know well that Q by T is nothing but current, so P is equals to VI. This is the formula for electrical power. I can write some more equations from this. Using V is equals to IR, I can be written as V by R. So P is equals to V into I is equals to V by R kada. So we can keep V by R. V into is V square by R. I can write one more equation from this. We have V is equals to IR. So P can be written as IR into I. I into I is I square and R. This is also equation for electrical power. Electrical power can be given by VI, and electrical power can be given by V square by R, and electrical power can be given by I square R. Depending on the given information, given data, you have to choose the formula. If voltage and current is given, you have to use VI. If voltage and resistance is given, you have to use V square R. If current and resistance is given, you have to keep I square R. Now the unit of electrical power consumption is given by kilowatt hour. Kilowatt, kilo is 1000 into watt, 1 joule per 1 second into hour. Hour is 60 minutes into 60 seconds. This second gets cancelled. 60 into 60 is 3600 into 1000 joules, which is nothing but 36 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 power 5 joules. So 1 kilowatt hour means 36 into 10 power 5 joules. This is the unit to measure the electrical power consumption. So one problem is given here. The house has 4 tube lights, 1 mixer grinder, 2 fans and a television. Tube light draws 40 watt power, fan draws 80 watt, mixer draws 900 watt and television draws 60 watt. Tubes are kept for 5 hours a day and fans and television for 12 hours, mixer grinder for 1 hour a day. Find the cost of electrical energy used in 30 days at the rate of rupees 6 per kilowatt hour. Number of tube lights are 4. Wattage. Tube light wattage is 40 watts and time. Duration enta తీసుకుంటున్నవి 5 hours. So totally per day 800 watt hours. After tube you have mixer grinder. The mixer grinder number is only one mixer grinder is there and the power it is using is 900 watt and the duration of this is 1, so it will be equals to 900 watt hours. And third one is fans. Number of fans are 2 in the home and the wattage is 80 watts. Time duration is 12 hours a day, 1920 watt hours. One television. Television is number is 1 and its wattage is 60 watt and it is kept for television for 12 hours, so it is equals to 720 watt. So total watt hours per day, watt hour per day is given by 4340 watt hours. This is 4340 watt hours per day. So I can convert it into kilowatt hours because he asked in kilowatt hours, so it will be, kilo means 1000, so it will be 4.340 kilowatt hours. This is per day, so he has given for 30 days, so we have to calculate for 30 days. For 30 days it will be equals to 30 into 4.340, so it is 130.200 kilowatt hours per 30 days. 30 days ki inni units avutunnayi. So per kilowatt hour the cost per kilowatt hour is 6. Therefore cost per 130.2 kilowatt hours is equals to, the cost is rupees 781.2. To prevent an electric circuit from the excess current, due to the excess current the circuit may be damaged. For that we have to use a fuse. This fuse works on the principle of heating effect of current. Fuse is made up of a metal or an alloy of aluminium, copper, iron, lead and tin, and this fuse should have low melting point and high resistivity. Electric circuits లో మనం ఫ్యూజ్ అనే ఒక సేఫ్టీ డివైస్ని వాడతాం. ఎందుకంటే ఈ సర్క్యూట్లోకి ఎక్సెస్ కరెంట్ అంటే మనకు కావాల్సిన కరెంట్ కంటే ఎక్కువ దాంట్లోకి వచ్చినప్పుడు దట్ సర్క్యూట్ మే బర్న్, ఆ సర్క్యూట్ కాలిపోయే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి టు ప్రివెంట్ దట్ ఏ ఫ్యూజ్ ఈజ్ యూస్డ్. ఈ ఫ్యూజ్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఆ ఎక్సెస్ కరెంట్ దాంట్లోకి రాకుండా ఈ సర్క్యూట్ని ఇది బ్రేక్ చేస్తుంది. ఇది ఫస్ట్ తెగిపోయి బ్రేక్ చేస్తుంది. దట్స్ వై దిస్ ఫ్యూజ్ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ లో మెల్టింగ్ పాయింట్. అందుకని ఫ్యూజ్కి మెల్టింగ్ పాయింట్ తక్కువ ఉండాలి, లో మెల్టింగ్ పాయింట్ ఉండాలి, అట్లనే హై రెసిస్టివిటీ ఉండాలి. Here is a problem for you. What happens to the resistance of a conductor when length is doubled, area is doubled, length is doubled and area is half, radius is doubled and diameter is doubled. So in 5 cases lo resistance ఏమైతుందో మనం find out చేయాలి. So first one, length is doubled. We have let it be R1. R1 is equals, the initial length is L1 and initial area is A1. So here only length is doubled, nothing is given about area. Now the final resistance when length is doubled is rho into L2 by A2. Here A1 A2 are same. From here I can write rho R2 by R1 is equals to rho L2 by A dot rho L1 by A. This A moves up and this A gets cancelled. Rho gets cancelled. This is L2 by L1. R2 is equals to, I want final resistance, that is R2 is equals to R1 into L2. So what he told, length is doubled. So it should be 2 into L1 because initial length is L1. It is doubled means the final length will be 2L1 by L1. This L1 gets cancelled and it becomes 2R1. Means the final resistance is double the initial resistance. Therefore, resistance is doubled. Second one is length is doubled, area is halved. Means length is doubled. So L2 is equals to 2L1 and area is halved. A2 is equals to half A1. So you have here R2 by R1. Here the area is same, that's why we cancel these two, but it will be L2 dot A1 by L1 dot A2. So L2 is 2L1 dot A1 by L1 dot A2 is half A1. Half A1. So this L1 cancels and this A1 is also cancelled. So this is 2 by half, which is nothing but 2 into 2 is 4 into 1 is no need to bother. So R2 by R1 is equals to 4. From here R2 can be written as 4R1. Means resistance increases 4 times. The second, area is doubled. Again R2 length, there is no change in length and area is doubled. So A2 is 2A1 and you have R2 by R1 is equals to L2 dot A1 by L1 dot A2 is equals to L2, there is no change, that is L1 and A1 is A1 by L1 is L1 and A2 is nothing but 2A1. This L1 and this one gets cancelled, so it is equals to half. So R2 by R1 is equals to 1 by 2, implies R2 is equals to R1 by 2. Therefore resistance is halved. You got resistance halving. Fourth one is radius is doubled. Area is pi r square. A1 is equal to pi r square and A2 is equals to pi into radius is doubled. So it is 2r square. This is R1 and this is R1. So pi into 2 square is 4 into R1 square. So we have R2 by R1 is equals to R2 rho L2 by A2 dot rho L1 by A1 implies R2 by R1 is equals to L2. No, there is no change in length. L2 is equals to L1. So I can write L1, and A1 is nothing but pi R1 square by A2 is pi 4 R1 square dot L1. This L1 pi R1 square gets cancelled. Then R2 by R1 is equals to 1 by 4, implies R2 is equals to R1 by 4. Means if radius is doubled, then resistance reduced by 4 times. And fifth one is also diameter is doubled. Diameter is equals to 2r. So if diameter is doubled, then radius will be doubled. If radius is doubled, then resistance is reduced by 4 times. That's why if diameter is doubled also, then resistance will be reduced by 4. Find the current in 3 ohm resistor from given circuit. Here one circuit is given. 3 ohm resistance is there, and 6 ohms, 10 ohms are there, and 12 volt is the battery. And we have to find the current in 3 ohm resistor. For that, we have to find the total current in the circuit. So total resistance in the circuit should be calculated first. So these two are in parallel as the current is splitting here. So 1 by R equivalent is equals to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6, which is equals to 6. 3 2s are plus 6 1s are. So it is 3 by 6. R equivalent is equals to 6 by 3, which is equals to 2 ohms. So this can be replaced with 2. Now the total resistance in the circuit is equals to 10 ohms plus 2 ohm, which is equals to 12 ohms. Then we have V is equals to IR. From this I can write I is equals to V by R. V is 12 volt by R is 12 ohm. So I is equals to 1 amp. So the 1 amp is the current through this circuit. So this 1 amp flows through this resistance, and this 1 amp is splitted among these two. Equivalent resistance is 2 ohms here. Current in that is 1 amp, means these two shares this 1 amp. So what is the voltage here? Voltage V is equals to I R. So voltage is equals to 2 into 1, which is equals to 2 volts. So 2 volts is the voltage in this branch and in this branch. He asked the current in 3 ohm resistance is equals to I through 3 ohm is equals to V by R. So voltage is 2 by R. Resistance is 3. So it is 2 by 3, and let us find out current in 6 ohms also. It will be I 6 ohm is equals to V by R is equals to 2 by 6 amps. If you add these two, we have to get 1 amp here. So let us add these two. So it is 2 by 3 plus 2 by 6, which is nothing but 6, and 3 2s are, so it is 4 plus 6 1s are, it is 2, so it is 6 by 6, which is nothing but 1 amp. So in this way you can check whether your answer is correct or not. Some more problems on Kirchhoff's laws are there in my previous video. Please watch.